which we're kind of working the pullback a little bit, right? So you'll see Mayweather do this really well. A lot of your counter punchers are really great at pulling back and then punching their opponent. And the double end bag is a great way to work on that speed, because you have to be pretty fast, right? If you're pulling back slow and then coming back, you're going to get caught. Sometimes you'll see, you know, Mayweather kind of lean forward a little bit on that front leg to make somebody overreach and get back and have enough room to get back without getting punched, which is great. You don't always have to pull back that much, especially if somebody has a kind of a lazy jab. You can just do a little bit of a pullback and come right back over the top with your two hand or a hook, depending on what you want to throw. So the double end bag, I like to keep a little tighter so it comes back fast, right? Some of them come back slow, and that's okay. I'm sure there's things you can do with a slower double end bag, but I like to keep them a little bit fast. So when I throw my quick jab or my two, I can slip or pull back and come with a combo in a little bit more real time. So it kind of prepares you for that real speed that your opponent might have, right? So if I throw a jab, I'm going to pull back, throw a two, right? So what I like to do is get my head out of the way, because if I just pull back and stay there, I'm going to get punched. If I pull back and let my head travel a little bit outside of that firing line, I'm a little bit safer, right? So you can throw a jab, come back, you can throw a two, you can throw a two punch, right? One thing it's good to do is make sure that your hand stays up, just in case they know you're going to probably do a pullback and a pullback counter, and they get you with a hook, right? So if I go back here, I leave my hand down, I'm getting hooked if they're coming around that way, right? So try to keep that hand up and then land your two. And as you're going forward, that hand can stay right by your face until you start to, your torso starts to twist, but that hand is going straight ahead. So if you watch my glove here, I'm pulling back, and my glove is just going straight towards you. My body is doing the twisting, but I'm not coming over the top or doing anything like that. We want to go in a straight line with those punches as much as possible, right? A straight line A to B is going to be the fastest way to cover that distance, right? So when you're using the double end bag, you can throw a jab out there, right? Do some head movement. Just try to get that speed up, right? So I'm going to be throwing some jabs, some slips here. You can slip jab, right? You can slip and throw a punch. Or you can throw a punch as you slip, right? Right? So I might try to incorporate all of those. And then you start to really look like a boxer, using that head movement, getting that accuracy down, hitting this small target. I mean, this target is smaller than a head. So if you're doing a pretty good job at hitting it, you'll probably be doing pretty good against an opponent. So make sure you're using those slips. Use those pull counters a little bit to set up your counter punch. Make sure that stays in a straight line versus kind of doing some weird stuff like that. And make sure you're working that top speed, because if you're a counter puncher and you're kind of practicing slow, you'll probably spar or box or compete slow, and that's when you're going to start getting caught. All right, so get one of these double end bags. They're cheap, they're wonderful. You can put them pretty much anywhere in your house, unlike a heavy bag that might break the ceiling or something like that, or your neighbors will hate you. Where are my RDXs again? This is my bag RDXs, my bag gloves. I got some sparring gloves. I've had a lot of sparring gloves. These are one of my favorites. They're nice and skinny. You can get in there with a punch, you know, if you're trying to get through somebody's tight guard. I always spar with one guy. He's like, man, you always seem to get inside of my guard with those skinny gloves. I'm like, yeah, they're nice and compact, but they have a lot of support. So check these out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I'm trying to give you some information on gloves that I like. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about the gloves, about this move, or if there's anything that you would like me to cover with the double end bag or any other piece of equipment that we have at a boxing gym. See you soon. Take care.